Zara.
Ramon, come and help me. You can sell enough to be able to drink our first in this village.
Ramon, have this. This is what you have to do. You understand? This is what you have.
Zara.
Ramadan, watan samladan nasoda qaunane marabauta dashi.
Ramon, me haka. Ramon.
Oh, don't worry. Stains don't matter. It can be wiped off with just one wash.
Okay, thank you.
Zara.
Ramadan Kareem.
اللهم متعنا بالنظر إلى وجهك الكريم.
It's Ramadan. It's the season of sharing and caring. As Muslim faithfuls all over the world pray and fast, may peace reign all over, especially in troubled regions. Allah's blessing to us all. May the supplication of every sincere heart be heard. Ramadan Kareem.
Hello and welcome to the 9 p.m. news on Voice of the People TV. I am Adefunke Jaisimi. Before we begin the news, kindly visit our website at www.vop.ng for fresh and trending news stories. First, the headlines. Obi decries leadership failure as poverty worsens in Nigeria. INEC, police, army complicit in election manipulation, says Udenwa. Pandef urges review of Supreme Court ruling withholding Rivers FAAC allocation. NLC threatens mass protest over planned electricity tariff increase. In business, CBN orders banks to follow global standards to combat illicit $3 trillion funds flow. And in the world of entertainment, singer Angie Stone dies at 63. In sports, Onyedika major doubts for Super Eagles World Cup qualifiers. Now, the news in details. The 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party LP, Peter Obi, has expressed grave concern over Nigeria's deepening poverty crisis, blaming it on the failure of political leadership to prioritize governance over trivialities. In a strongly worded statement issued on his verified X handle, Obi lamented that while millions of Nigerians suffer under crushing economic hardship, the nation's leadership remains preoccupied with distractions such as political scandals, judicial controversies, and power struggles in various arms of government. He noted that Nigeria currently faces one of its worst economic periods with rising rates of multidimensional poverty, rising infant mortality, and millions of out-of-school children. According to him, the country also grapples with escalating insecurity and hunger, making it one of the most distressed nations globally. Despite these dire challenges, Obi criticized the three arms of government, the executive, legislature, and judiciary, for engaging in actions that do little to improve the lives of ordinary Nigerians. He cited examples such as alleged budget padding in the National Assembly, political interference at the state level, and judicial rulings that could destabilize governance. He further stressed that rather than indulging in political gamesmanship and reckless power plays, leaders should focus on providing urgent and transformative solutions to Nigeria's worsening socio-economic conditions. In Rivers State Governor Similaye Fubara has ordered the heads of local government administration to immediately take over the administration of the 23 local government areas pending the conduct of fresh elections by the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission. The governor also directed the outgoing local government chairman to formally hand over to the heads of local government administration by Monday, March 3, 2025. Fubara said in a statement in Port Harcourt on Sunday evening in response to the Supreme Court judgment. This is the first time the governor will be speaking since last Friday's Supreme Court judgment, which nullified the state local government elections conducted by the RSIEC, as well as recognized of the Martin Amawule-led 27 lawmakers as the authentic Rivers State House of Assembly. The governor explained that the measure became imperative as a result of the outlawing of caretaker arrangements in the local government system of Nigeria. Any politician with the right amount of money can win elections in Nigeria by simply buying the Independent Electoral Commission, the police, and the army to win elections, former governor of Imo State, Achike Udunwa said. Udunwa said in a local political podcast that Nigerians no longer question the character, antecedents, and backgrounds of politicians who seek their support. He regretted that, unfortunately, the Nigerian society has descended to such a level that citizens no longer question what those seeking their votes can do, their antecedents or character. Worse still, he said that even if the people do not vote for such questionable money bags, they can buy their way through at the right prices. When asked if the politicians could buy INEC, the police, the army, and the voters, he said the politicians can buy all of them, stating that elections in Nigeria are about buying. However, he warned that the practice should stop for the right leaders to emerge. The Pan-Niger Delta Forum has asked the Supreme Court to review its directive halting the Federal Account Allocation Committee from disbursing funds to Rivers State. A statement by PANDEF National Publicity Secretary Obivebi Ominimini described the court's decision as a major setback that unfairly affects Rivers people who rely on the funds for economic, social, and infrastructure development. Concerned about its implications for development and the people's welfare, it noted that Rivers State is a vital contributor to Nigeria's oil and gas sector and should not be subjected to financial strangulation due to a political crisis. Pandef explained that the primary casualties of the judicial restraints will be the innocent people of Rivers State, whom the funds serve as a lifeline for economic, social growth and infrastructure development. Therefore, to deprive the state of its rightful allocation is to impose unwarranted hardship on a people who have consistently contributed to national sustenance, stating that the verdict could undermine the ongoing peace and reconciliation efforts in the region. Pandef urged the judiciary and the political institutions to exercise fairness and foresight in handling issues that significantly impact the Niger Delta. The Nigerian Labour Congress has urged the federal government to shun any plan of raising electricity tariff, saying it will lead to mass resistance against such further increases. In a communique at the end of its National Executive Council meeting in Yola, Adamawa State, the NLC said the NEC members totally rejected the ongoing sham reclassification of electricity consumers by the Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission. It decries NEC's move to forcefully migrate consumers from lower bands to band A under the guise of service improvement, stating that in reality, NEC was merely imposing unjustified extortion to the masses. In a related development, the National Union of Electricity Employees has accused the Minister of Power and the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission of prioritizing tariff increments over service delivery. Condemning the planned hike, NUEE flailed the minister's assertion that tariff increase is necessary to boost liquidity in the power sector. In a petition to the minister by the Acting General Secretary, Dominic Igwebike, NUEE said the union, as a critical stakeholder in the power industry, cannot sit on the fence and deny the nation a solution to the problem. According to the association, NEC's justification for the electricity hike in 2024 is that it affects only band A consumers, who constitute only 50% of electricity consumers, but utilize 40% of the nation's electricity consumption. It regretted that with NEC not giving any clear explanation of who the Band A customers are and what they do, the general public will be the most affected by the hike. It explained that these are the customers and end users of the Band A products and services, not minding the weakened purchasing power. A 42-year-old Angolan businessman, Mbala Abuba, has been arrested by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency for attempting to traffic 1.829 kilograms of cocaine to Istanbul, Turkey. The native of Zaire province of Angola was intercepted last week Tuesday at the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport in Kano State while trying to board an Egypt Air Flight MS-880 to Istanbul via Cairo. In a statement on Sunday, NDLEA spokesman Femi Babafemi said a body scan confirmed that Abuba had ingested illicit drugs, a development that led to his placement under observation. After several hours under observation, he excreted 120 pellets of cocaine weighing 1.829 kilograms in 7 rounds, the statement added. According to Babafemi, the suspect claimed in his statement that he was into township delivery services in Angola before delving into illicit drug trade. It's time for a quick break. We'll be back with more stories. Please stay with us.
It's Ramadan. It's the season of sharing and caring. As Muslim faithfuls all over the world pray and fast, may peace reign all over, especially in troubled regions. Allah's blessing to us all. May the supplication of every sincere heart be heard. Ramadan Kareem.
The Edo State Sector Commander of the Federal Road Safety Commission, Cyril Matthew, has attributed the fatal auto crash at Iwevobo community along the Benin-Ekpoma-Auchi Expressway to driver fatigue. He said all the occupants of the bus died in an auto crash, which might have been caused by fatigue. He added that the driver likely dozed off, leading to the collision, and the bus consequently caught fire, making it impossible to save the victims. Matthew, who spoke in Benin on Sunday, further confirmed that 12 persons died in the accident, which involved a Toyota Hiace bus and a truck at about 5 a.m. on Saturday. He explained that the bus departed Zuba in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, headed for Benin City, but collided with an ongoing truck en route Auchi around 5 a.m. Meanwhile, the sector commander disclosed that the truck driver and his assistant escaped unhurt. He added that officials of FRSC were able to identify the bodies through the vehicle's manifest and have since contacted their families. To avoid fatigue and preventable loss of lives, he urged drivers, especially on long journeys, to always stop and rest after driving for about 4 hours or when they feel tired. Very sad incident there. We pray that the soul of the departed find eternal rest. The federal government has confirmed the appointment of Professor Lucia Chukwu as the substantive Vice-Chancellor of the Admiralty University, Ibusa, Delta State. The Professor of Marine Biology and current Deputy Vice-Chancellor at the University of Lagos, Chukwu was officially announced the new Vice-Chancellor after scoring 83.41% in the screening exam. The Minister of Education, Tuji Alausa, confirmed Chukwu's appointment in a statement by the ministry's Director of Press and Public Relations for Lashade Boriowo. Earlier, the institution's registrar, Isaac Mankilik, had declared Professor Christopher Ogbogbo as the new Vice-Chancellor. According to a report by KPMG, Chukwu scored 83.41%, while Ogbogbo scored 72.5%. In a statement, Mankilik said that Ogbogbo, a professor of African history, had the University of Ibadan secured 9 from 15 votes from the varsity's governing council at an extraordinary meeting on Friday. However, the chairman of the council, Vice Admiral Dele Izioba, described Ogbogo's appointment as illegal, stating that only the chairman of the governing council can announce the appointment of a vice-chancellor. 5 suspects linked to kidnapping, armed robbery, and unlawful possession of firearms have been arrested in separate operations by Anambra State Police Command. Disclosing this in a statement on Sunday, Command spokesperson Chukwu Ikenga said that a locally made Beretta pistol and a suspected stolen vehicle were also recovered during the operations. Ikenga said the arrests were enhanced by the ongoing security operational review and safety measures being implemented by the Commissioner of Police, Ikeoye Orutugu. Out of the 5, a special anti-cultism squad raided a criminal hideout at Igbariam in the early hours of February 22 and arrested 3 males aged between 20 and 26, the statement read in part. It added that the suspects were positively identified by victims who had been attacked and dispossessed of their belongings, while the sum of 254,000 naira was withdrawn from one of the victims' accounts on February 21 along Otoko in Igbariam. The National Union of Road Transport Workers on Sunday condemned the alleged killing of northern truck drivers by members of the indigenous people of Biafra in the southeast region. Calling for an end to the carnage, the union, which staged a protest in Jos Plateau State, urged a smooth passage of northern truck drivers and the protection of all drivers regardless of their origin. Speaking during the demonstration, the coordinator of Heavy Trucks Plateau State Council, Janedu Zaki, said the attacks were senseless and barbaric. He called on the federal government to deploy security personnel to protect truck drivers and their properties in the region. Zaki regretted that though the attack was reported to the police command in Okigwe, the Department of State Services, the Nigerian Army, and the Imo State Police Command, no action had been taken. According to him, the fear of attacks is making it difficult for truck drivers to operate in the region, noting that the destroyed trucks were estimated at billions of naira. Zaki said this has worsened the economic hardship among union members. The police in Bauchi State has begun investigation into the death of a 24-year-old woman who was allegedly beaten to death by her 50-year-old husband during a domestic dispute over Ramadan meal preparations. A statement from the Bauchi State Command spokesperson Ahmed Wakili disclosed that the tragic incident occurred at about 11:30 p.m. on March 1 in the Fadaman Madan area near Government Girls College. According to the statement, the suspect Nuru Isa, who is a businessman at the Bauchi Central Market, reportedly attacked his second wife Wasila Abdullahi after an argument over food ingredients and fruits meant for the breaking of their Ramadan fast. As the argument escalated, Isa allegedly struck Wasila with a cane, causing her to collapse and lose consciousness inside their home. She was confirmed dead by the medical personnel at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University Teaching Hospital, where she was rushed to. May her soul find eternal rest. Coming up next, business and sports stories after the break. Stay with us.
Hi, Zara.
Ramon, come and help me. You can sell enough to be able to drink our person this evening.
Ramon, have this. This is what you have to do. You understand? This is what you have.
You know, Zara.
Ramadan, watan samladan nasoda qona ne marabauta dashi.
Ramon, me haka. Gashi na riga ta lalace ka ba Ramon.
Oh, don't worry. Stains don't matter. It can be wiped off with just one wash.
Okay, thank you.
Zara.
Ramadan Kareem. Ramadan Kareem.
Welcome back. Let's begin with the business news. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has directed financial institutions nationwide to strictly comply with global banking standards to help curb the movement of 3 trillion naira in illicit funds worldwide. The Apex Bank stated that adherence to this directive would bolster confidence in Nigeria's financial sector and enhance its stability. It reaffirmed its commitment to fostering a transparent and resilient financial system through stringent regulatory compliance and risk management measures. In a statement released on Sunday, the CBN revealed that Ms. Shola Phillips, Special Advisor to the CBN Governor on Compliance, delivered this message at a high-level mandatory compliance and anti-money laundering AML training workshop over the weekend. Phillips emphasized the need for financial institutions to proactively adapt to evolving regulatory requirements to maintain integrity and prevent financial crime. From 7% in 2023, oil-producing African countries increased their crude production quota to 35% of newly discovered oil reserve in 2024, a new report by S&P Global stated. And with oil reserves of 37.5 billion barrels, Nigeria was, however, absent from the recent finding. The production upsurge shows that African nations now lead mature basins, with the Orange Sub-Basin in Southwest Africa and the Central Arabian Province and the Guyana Basin contributing over half of the year's discovery. Let's talk about sports. Rafael Onyedika has now emerged as a major doubt for the Super Eagles must win 2026 World Cup qualifiers against Rwanda and Zimbabwe later this month. The midfielder was forced out early from last week's league game against Standard League. He has not recovered from the injury and so will miss today's league match against Gent and may also miss a UEFA Champions League round of 16 clash against Aston Villa on Tuesday. The Super Eagles take on Rwanda in Kigali on March 21 before they face Zimbabwe in Uyo 4 days later in crucial World Cup qualifiers. Nigerian striker Tolu Arokodare has now recorded his highest goal tally in Europe since 2019. He consolidated his position as the leading scorer in the Belgium Jupiter Pro League by netting his 16th goal on the season Friday night. The big striker, who is on the radar of Super Eagles coach Eric Schell, put table toppers Genk in front of 71 minutes before the home team Chalelo snatched a late equalizer. His 16-goal tally is a career high since he moved to Latvia in 2019. It has also been a most prolific campaign for Arokodare 24 as he has now 18 goals and 7 assists in all competitions. In entertainment, Angie Stone, the legendary singer and pivotal member of the pioneering hip-hop trio The Sequence, has tragically passed away at the age of 63. Our representative, Deborah R. Champagne, confirmed that Angie was involved in a fatal car accident early Saturday morning, shortly after performing in Montgomery, Alabama. While the incident occurred, she was on her way to another gig at the CIAA basketball tournament in Baltimore. Specific details surrounding the crash remain unclear, and authorities have been contacted for further information. Deborah expressed the heartbreak over the loss, noting that she had spoken with Angie just the night before. She highlighted the shock and devastation felt by her family and friends. Another sad news there, we hope and pray that her soul found eternal rest. Talent manager Tunji Balogun, popularly known as Tiblis, has publicly apologized to media personality Toke Makinwa after criticizing her remarks on the divorce saga between Tubaba and Annie Idibia. Makinwa was among the first to react to Tubaba's January 26, 2025 announcement of his separation from Annie, expressing a strong disapproval of his decision. A stance drew backlash from Tbilisi, who warned her against commenting on other people's family matters, suggesting she lacked the perspective of a mother in a similar situation. His remarks sparked widespread social media debates, with many questioning how this affects his relationship with Makinwa, especially given her close friendship with his estranged wife, Tiwa Savage. That's it on the 9 p.m. news. Before we go, a quick look at the headlines. Obi decries leadership failure as poverty worsens in Nigeria. INEC, police, army complicit in election manipulation, says Udenwa. Pandek urges review of Supreme Court ruling withholding Rivers FASC allocation. NLC threatens mass protest over planned electricity tariff increase. In business, CBN orders bank to follow global standards to combat illicit $3 trillion funds flow. In entertainment, singer Angie Stone dies at 63. And in the world of sports, Onyedeka major doubts for Super Eagles World Cup qualifiers. Do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. On YouTube, we are Voice of the People TV, and you can follow us across all the social media platforms. We are VOP TV Live. My name is Adefunke Jayesemi. Good evening.